This is a TLT presentation course, Cybersecurity Training, Building a Resilient Defense. In this course, we are going to discuss several topics pertaining to cybersecurity, such as: what is cybersecurity? Common cyber threats. Importance of cybersecurity training. Best practices, and cybersecurity tools and resources. So, what exactly is cybersecurity? According to CISA, the government agency for cybersecurity and infrastructure security, cybersecurity is the art of protecting networks, devices, and data from unauthorized access or criminal use, and the practice of ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. That last part is commonly referred to as the CIA triad. It is a model designed to guide information security within an organization. Confidentiality means keeping an organization's data private. Only authorized users and processes should be able to access or modify data. Integrity means that data can be trusted. It should be maintained in a correct state, kept so that it may not be tampered with, and should be correct, authentic, and reliable. And availability means that data should be available to authorized users whenever they require it. This means keeping systems, networks, and devices up and running. Why is cybersecurity important? In an era where our lives are increasingly lived online, cybersecurity is crucial. It acts as a vital shield, protecting our sensitive data and digital interactions from a growing array of threats. The volume of data generated and stored online is rising, accompanied by increasingly sophisticated cyber threats. Hackers exploit these vulnerabilities to gain financially, commit identity theft, engage in corporate espionage, or support political and social causes. Safeguarding valuable data has never been more crucial.
Common cyber threats include phishing attacks, ransomware, DDoS attacks, worms, other passive threats, and Trojan horses. This list is not all-inclusive, but includes some of the most common ones that we may see in our day-to-day lives. A cyber attack may steal, alter, or destroy a specified target by hacking into a private network or otherwise susceptible system. Cyber attacks can range from installing spyware on a personal computer to attempt to destroy infrastructure of entire nations. Legal experts are seeking to limit the use of the term to incidents causing physical damage, distinguishing it from the more routine data breaches and broader hacking activities. Cyber attacks have become increasingly sophisticated and hazardous. Something that I want to mention here is a Trojan horse, which is designed to perform legitimate tasks, but it also performs unknown and unwanted activities. It can be the basis of many viruses and worms installing onto the computer as keyboard loggers and backdoor software. In a commercial sense, Trojans can be embedded in trial versions of software and can gather additional intelligence about the target without the person even knowing it's happening. All three of these are likely to attack an individual and establishment through emails, web browsers, chat clients, remote softwares, and updates.
Phishing attacks usually begin when the attacker sends a suspicious-looking email to the target they're looking to expose. These emails are usually very deceptive and include a link for the target to click on. All it takes for your computer to get infected is to simply click on the link that they've included in this case, an email. And once you've hit that link, it's over. And you've signed over all your personal information or whatever else the hacker is looking for. Once you've hit that link, it usually takes you to a phony website known as a phishing website. There's a lot more that goes into creating these kind of websites, but once you're there, it doesn't really matter. Once a link has been hit, there are many other options that the hacker could decide to do. They could immediately choose to exploit that information through something called ransomware, where that's something that we'll get into, but they'll hold your information and threaten to exploit it unless you pay a ransom, or they could install some other form of malware, such as a worm, which could spread throughout the network without anyone else having to interact with that.
So ransomware, how does it work? Well, ransomware is a type of malware that encrypts files demanding payment for decryption. Once one's computer has been exploited, a hacker may choose to install a ransomware on the computer, which is previously stated is a form of malware. Files will become inaccessible due to being encrypted. You may see a message detailing the steps needed to take to release files from encryption, with a timer included before they are permanently lost forever. All law enforcement agencies recommend against paying the ransom and offer assistance to organizations dealing with the aftermath of a ransomware attack, which actually includes getting insurance. While some companies may choose to pay the ransom, law enforcement agencies have indicated that it is legal to do so, but it is a legal gray area and you may be held responsible in the future. A denial of service attack is a cyber attack in which the perpetrator seeks to make a machine or network resource unavailable to its intended users by temporarily or indefinitely disrupting services of a host connected to a network. In a distributed denial of service attack, or DDoS attack, the incoming traffic flooding the victim originates from many different sources. More sophisticated strategies are required to mitigate this type of attack. Simply attempting to block a single source is insufficient, as there are multiple sources. A DOS or DDoS attack is analogous to a group of people crowding the entry door of a shop, making it hard for legitimate customers to enter, thus disrupting trade and losing the business money. Criminal perpetrators of DOS attacks often target sites or services hosted on high-profile web servers, such as banks or credit card payment gateways. Revenge, blackmail, and hacktivism can motivate these attacks. A virus is a self-replicating program that can attach itself to another program or file in order to reproduce. The virus can hide in unlikely locations in the memory of a computer system and attach itself to whatever file it sees fit to execute its code. It can also change its digital footprint each time it replicates, making it harder to track it down in the computer. Unlike other viruses, a worm does not need another file or program to copy itself. It is a self-sustaining running program. Worms replicate over a network using protocols. The latest incarnation of worms make use of known vulnerabilities in systems to penetrate, execute their code, and replicate on other systems, such as the Code Red 2 worm that infected more than 259,000 systems in less than 14 hours. On a much larger scale, worms can be designed for industrial espionage to monitor and collect server and traffic activities, then transmit it back to its creator. One high-profile example, the WannaCry worm, traveled automatically between computers without user interaction, installing ransomware. Computer and network surveillance is the monitoring of computer activity and data stored locally on a computer or data being transferred over computer networks, such as the Internet. This monitoring is often carried out covertly and may be completed by governments, corporations, criminal organizations, or individuals. For example, NSA monitored American citizens as well as other American allies without outside knowledge they were collecting their data. Now, it may or may not be legal and may or may not require authorization from a court or other independent government agencies. Computer and network surveillance programs are widespread today, and almost all internet traffic can be monitored. In addition to monitoring information sent over a computer network, there is also a way to examine data stored on a computer's hard drive and to monitor the activities of a person using that computer. A surveillance program installed on a computer can search the contents of the hard drive for suspicious data, can monitor computer use, collect passwords, and or report back activities in real time to its operator through the internet connection. A keylogger is an example of this type of program. Normal keylogging programs store their data on the local hard drive, but some are programmed to automatically transmit data over the network to a remote computer or web server. There are multiple ways of installing such software. The most common is remote installation, using a backdoor created by a computer virus or Trojan. This tactic has the advantage of potentially subjecting multiple computers to surveillance. Viruses often spread to thousands or millions of computers and leave backdoors, which are accessible over a network connection, and enable an intruder to remotely install software and execute commands. These viruses and Trojans are sometimes developed by government agencies, such as CPAV and Magic Lantern. More often, however, viruses are created by other people or spyware installed by marketing agencies, which can be used to gain access through security breaches that they create. Another method is called cracking into the computer to gain access over a network. An attacker can then install surveillance software remotely. Servers and computers with permanent broadband connections are most vulnerable to this type of attack. Another source of security cracking is employees giving out information or users using brute force tactics to guess their passwords.
As you can see, in today's digital age, cyber threats abound, and a company's employees are the first line of defense. Social engineering and insider threats are the top cybersecurity threats today, emphasizing the critical role of proper training. Social engineering is the art of manipulating, influencing, or deceiving someone in order to gain control over their computer system. The hacker might use the phone, email, snail mail, or direct contact to gain illegal access. An insider threat refers to a cybersecurity risk that originates from within an organization. It's not always malicious. Many times, insider threats are the result of simple error. That's why proper cybersecurity training is so important. It not only reduces risks, but also increases awareness, enabling employees to identify and thwart potential threats. By instilling a cybersecurity conscious culture, organizations empower their workforce to respond effectively to incidents, minimizing the impact of breaches. In essence, investing in cybersecurity training is an essential strategy to fortify the human element against evolving cyber threats.
Best practices for mitigating threats. Best practices for mitigating threats are essential as they provide a systematic and proactive approach to addressing potential risks and vulnerabilities. Risk assessment. Risk assessment is a systematic process of identifying, analyzing, and evaluating potential cybersecurity risks to an organization's digital assets, data, and systems. Organizations must create a risk assessment to help identify vulnerabilities with an organization's IT infrastructure and processes. Awareness of insider threats. An organization must be aware of all insider threats, which refers to the potential risk posed to an organization's information security and data integrity by individuals who have authorized access to the organization's systems, network, and data. These individuals could be current or former employees, business partners, or anyone else with legitimate access to an organization's digital assets. Employee training and awareness. Many cybersecurity incidents are the result of human error. Organizations must invest in training employees to recognize phishing emails, phishing attacks, and process of reporting any suspicious behavior. Employee training and awareness will empower individuals to become the first line of defense against cyber threats, which will help reduce vulnerability to cybersecurity. Monitor network traffic. On a daily basis, around 2,200 cyber attacks occur, underscoring the need for ongoing vigilance in monitoring network activity and an organization's cybersecurity readiness. Instead of relying on manual detection and response to emerging threats, employing tools that offer a holistic view of your IT environment at any given moment can furnish a complete perspective. This enables security personnel to promptly detect and address novel threats. Incident Response Plan. An incident response plan is a structured set of procedures and guidelines that an organization follows when responding to and managing cybersecurity incidents. Incident Response Plan ensures that when a security incident occurs, the organization can respond effectively and efficiently, limiting damage, complying with regulations, and maintaining its reputation and business continuity. Compliance and regulations. Cybersecurity compliance is a risk management system that allows data protection, activity monitoring, security policies for authorization, and safety of network infrastructure. These regulations provide a set of requirements for collecting, managing, and sharing sensitive data.
There is an array of cybersecurity tools and resources available to both companies and individuals to help mitigate these threats. Antivirus software is a crucial cybersecurity tool designed to detect, prevent, and remove malicious software such as malware and spyware, safeguarding computer systems from potential threats. Firewalls act as a digital barrier, monitoring and controlling incoming and outgoing network traffic, based on predetermined security rules, effectively protecting a computer or network from unauthorized access and potential cyber threats. Security awareness platforms provide comprehensive training and education to employees through interactive modules and simulations, enhancing their understanding of cybersecurity best practices and promoting a proactive approach to safeguarding sensitive information within an organization. Government cybersecurity resources, such as CISA, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, serve as invaluable repositories of information, guidelines, and support, and offer crucial insights and tools to help both public and private entities bolster their digital defenses against evolving cyber threats. Thank you for watching. This has been a presentation by the TLT Fall 2023 Cybersecurity Interns, Anam Imran, Carrie Cox, and Luke Smith.